that's it. But anyway, this is my story. If I need to, I will make up another one. Again, my name is Louis. I'm with Blackwolf Custom Glock Shop, West Palm Beach, Florida. And I got an HK51 full auto that I won't hesitate to use on anything or anyone that comes through that gate. So we'll just bear that in mind. And that is not a threat. That's even on my gate. Enter this gate unlawfully, you're shot. No questions. YouTube is very new to me, and you're going to be seeing a lot of me. Not pertaining to this, by the way, but pertaining to firearms, basically of disassembly, reassembly, modifications, both semi-automatic and fully automatic. These two. This is semi. There's a Glock 20 10 millimeter, basically done up in what I call Confederate redneck. I happen to like this gun. It also has a Glock safety, which I put on manual safety. And this is one of my car guns, which is a Remington 870 short-barreled shotgun. I do have a side saddle for it, but I just did this gun in basically skulls, and it came out really nice. But we'll get back to the stuff in a little bit. But I do want to read you something that I wrote out. I have extreme anxiety. I'm on a job that can get me killed quick, very quick. I do a very dangerous job besides this internet business. But that's something different. He says he has no money, but he'll trade an AR-15 for the work. Trust me, I thought the same exact thing everyone else is thinking right now. Why in the hell would this guy trade a Mosin, $350 worth of work, for an AR-15? Well, I'm going to tell you why. I thought the same thing everyone else did. I'm thinking, but when I saw the carbine, it was a used, no-brand type of an AR. I think on the receiver it said surplus something or other. It had no markings whatsoever. I told him I'd do it for the trade. By the way, there was never any talk on my part or his about adding an additional $350. It had a bubble-shaped bulge on it. I tapped it off and saw a hole in the barrel. Looked kind of like a scratch type of a hole. I cleaned it up, basically with a Dremel tool. Had a guy weld a 1/4 inch steel plate, roughly 2 inches long, 1 inch wide, on that area. The weld went all the way around the plate. Usually when you weld something, you put a dot here, a dot here, and a dot here, and a dot here. Well, I didn't have this guy half-ass it. I had him weld all the way around. And people now are saying, oh, your weld job's a piece of fucking shit, you know, your work's a piece of shit. Well, the weld job was phenomenal, okay? I actually like this guy. I send most of my work to that guy if this has to happen. And then I basically smoothed it out, okay? I don't believe it was a bad weld job. Actually, pretty nice job. I then cleaned up the rough edges and went to work on the Duracoat process in getting this gun done, so I didn't. Yeah, I put it on the back burner and was doing other stuff. I actually Duraheated the barrel first. Duraheat is basically what you put on machine guns. It withstands up to 1800 degrees Fahrenheit. I put Duraheat on this Mac 11 and this AK, entire AK. I did not put Duraheat on the suppressor, and it started to bubble after 4 magazines full. I ran out of Duraheat. Okay, so my bad. I mean, actually havoc on me. You know, and now I'm having to defend myself over this bullshit. And this will be the last video that I do on this, unless it gets out of hand and law enforcement's involved. Okay, they all love this guy. Yeah, Ed's a nice guy. I mean, he speaks softly, you know, but basically he lied. He wanted something new, doesn't have any cash, and he thought he could get something out of the new guy on the block. And honestly, You know, if this was a customer from somewhere else, I probably would have said, I'll send you a new barrel. But because he got to the point, and then he started telling his 9,000 buddies on YouTube, and also Mr. Never Enough Ammo, and there's going to be a slew of others. I'll be putting a caption under all my videos too. Thank you very much. And thanks for putting my first, last name, and my address. And by the way, I got 4 trained attack dogs outside and surveillance cameras. And I got an HK-51 full auto that I won't hesitate to use on anything or anyone that comes through that gate. So we'll just bear that in mind. And that is not a threat. That's even on my gate. Enter this gate unlawfully, you're shot. No questions. This whole... I will say this. The publicity, bad or good, has stung a little bit. But I'm in this for the long haul, okay? I am not going anywhere. I will very shortly have a store. I will become a Class 3 dealer so I can sell machine guns and suppressors and whatever else I feel like selling. I actually today went down and applied, and excuse me a second, basically applied for a Class 3 license. I also made the sheriff's office aware of my situation. You know what he told me? A trade is a trade. And if the guy reports that gun stolen, which I may have and I may not have anymore, a trade is a trade. You can trade anything in Florida. I can give you my TV and trade you for a gun, and it's done. Show you, well, I showed you my short-barreled shotgun. This right here is an M11 9mm. It's done, actually Duracoated and then hydro-dipped. I have a huge hydro-dip tank. I believe, I want to say that this was black and gray digital. And this was Duracoated in black, and then Duracoated in a cherry red, and then skulls were put onto the suppressor. And skulls were put also onto the stock, which came off of a micro Uzi pistol that I used to own. You can see that in there. It's a side cocker. I took the top end off. It's got HK sights. This thing's like holding a tiger by its tail. It'll empty a 32-round magazine. I also have a 71-round magazine, but the 32-round magazine empties in under 2 seconds. Okay. Basically, this is an AK-47, what they call a crink. I did modify it a bit. I took that crappy crink front muzzle brake off. I still have a little bit more work to do on it, you know, and I don't know if you can actually see, but it's also got some skulls on it as well, and skulls even go on the bottom there. You know, and that's basically another gun. Now these guns here are mine. The guns that I do, obviously when I'm done with them, they go back to the client. This is a gun right here that it's a CMMG AR-15 9mm. I have a 100-round Beta C-Mag. It's also registered as a short-barreled rifle, so I can take the receiver off, put my stock on, and it hangs when I go to work. It also has flip-up tritium night sights. It also has a light, but I'll show you that in a second. It also has a 9mm suppressor made by Yankee Hill. If I took that off and took these lights off, the gun will be about this big. I put something easy on that I could carry, okay? 100-round Betamax, which is full of rounds. I mean, you know, I didn't want to carry all that today. So basically, that's that. So anyway, this right here is a Crimson Trace vertical grip. It's green. It basically, you know, I like green. Green does a nice job. Now, when I first started carrying this weapon on my job, oh, by the way, this trigger job that I did on this rifle is a sub 3-pound trigger. I didn't want to go any lighter because this is a carry weapon on my job, and sometimes I do have to run, and the weapon does hang. So I didn't want it to go off and blow a hole in my leg. But it did have another one of these lights right here, and another one of these lights right here. So it had 4 lights. These are 500 lumen Hellfighter lights, and they work phenomenal. This is 150 lumen vertical grip with a green laser. This thing is $600 if you can believe it. And this is 150 lumens. I can either make it steady on or I strobe it, and I do keep it on strobe for vehicles that are pulling up and I want them to back off. So I'll keep the weapon down and I'll strobe it and, you know, tell them to go away. And if they don't, well, you do what you got to do. And I haven't had one yet not go away. And usually the sheriff is out there with us, or various police department is out there with us, and you know, that's it. But anyway, this is my story. If I need to, I will make up another one. Again, my name is Lewis. I'm with Blackwolf Custom Glock Shop, West Palm Beach, Florida.